A new Montana law is set to take effect in October, banning certain medical treatments for minors with gender dysphoria. The bill's backers say the intent is to protect children from making irreversible medical decisions that they may regret later. Opponents say the ban is dangerous and unethical. Joe Lasar of Montana PBS reports on how families and medical providers are preparing for the new reality.
I'm a disgrace to the cooking world because I put corn in my fried rice.
In Helena, Montana, it's 17-year-old Sid Beardsley's turn to cook dinner for the family.
All good? Okay. Come dish up?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was 12, I hit the point where my brain just like, I don't really feel like a female. Then once I hit 14, I kind of hit the point of like, no, I'm definitely not a female.
Sid identifies as non-binary transmasculine. Assigned female at birth, Sid neither identifies as a boy nor a girl, but feels a connection to masculinity.
Like they've never been perfection of any type of child. They've been every kid. They've been a monkey climbing trees. They've been my Rapunzel princess wearing the dress and the beautiful long flowing hair.
It wasn't really a surprise when Sid came out. I mean, I kind of always knew they were a little different, but...
While they weren't exactly surprised when Sid came out, it did take some time to adjust.
It's definitely scary for 5 seconds because you say, what does that mean?
For the Beardsleys, that meant getting treatment to affirm Sid's gender identity. At 14, Sid started taking puberty blockers, and at 17, began hormone therapy. The Beardsleys firmly feel that this was the right choice for Sid.
It's basically just grown my confidence. It's made me a lot happier. And I actually feel like I have a future. I can grow up, be an adult. Like, I'm ready to exist on this planet.
Sid is among the last group of transgender youth in Montana who can legally receive gender-affirming care. A new law, Senate Bill 99, takes effect on October 1st. It prohibits the use of puberty blockers, hormones, and surgeries to treat minors with gender dysphoria. Montana is one of 19 states that have passed similar laws. Healthcare providers can be suspended from practicing medicine for 1 year if they provide the care.
If you vote yes on this bill and yes on these amendments, I hope the next time there's an invocation, when you bow your heads in prayer, you see the blood on your hands.
Democratic State Representative Zoe Zephyr, Montana's first openly transgender lawmaker, directed that remark at the bill's supporters during debate in April. Republican State Senator John Fuller sponsored the bill. Fuller says his motivation is to protect children from what he contends are the poorly understood long-term effects and the irreversibility of some of the treatments.
Children live under the guidance and guardianship of adults precisely because they lack the maturity, prudence, and experience to make safe and responsible decisions for themselves.
The use of puberty blockers and hormones to treat gender dysphoria has been shown to reduce depression and suicidal thoughts. Major medical groups, including the American Medical Association, the American Academy of Pediatrics, and the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, deem them medically necessary in many cases.
When your child is struggling, it's really difficult to say there's nothing we can do to help you, especially when we have tools to offer that are really proven to improve mental health and reduce suicidality.
Dr. Lauren Wilson is the president of the Montana chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics.
The response that we're seeing where people ban care completely is the antithesis of what we need to do in medicine, which is to study and improve care as we go.
When Sid Beardsley began expressing their gender identity, they were mocked in public and bullied at school.
I struggled a lot with suicidal thoughts. I didn't have an idea of who I could possibly be in the future.
Proponents of the ban argue that social media and the impressionability of minors has created what they consider a fad. They also point to cases where adults who transitioned come to regret their care and are now re-identifying as their birth sex. Some feel they were rushed into treatment or not given adequate mental health screening beforehand. Studies suggest rates of regret are low, around 1%. But for the bill's sponsor, John Fuller, the stakes are too high.
We protect children from all kinds of things. We don't allow them to consume alcohol.
We don't allow them to consume tobacco products.
A challenge to the law is already underway. An ACLU lawsuit claims the bill infringes on fundamental rights enshrined in the Montana Constitution, among them the rights of parents.
The biggest thing that I see is taking away our ability to make an informed decision. I mean, a decision that's taken 5 years to make is not taken lightly.
But timing was on the Beardsley side. Jesse and Brandon say they're grateful for Sid's treatment, and Sid says they're living a more authentic life.
I've never been so happy in my life to just get to be myself.
While Montana waits for the new law to take effect, families of transgender children are preparing for a new reality. For PBS News Weekend, I'm Joe Lasar in Helena, Montana.